Hello everyone, this is Atish here, and here in this learning video we are going to take new thing which is MCQs on Bernoulli's distribution. As you all know that these present scenario due to pandemic, all the examinations are going on online mode, and that too the multiple choice questions. Okay, so here in this learning video we are going to take series of videos in which you will find something like MCQs on one topic followed by MCQ on other topics and something like that. Okay, so in particular this video will bring you to the MCQ on Bernoulli's distribution. So let us start with it. So as you can see, there are few questions written over here. So let us take one by one at a time. So which of the following is or are Bernoulli's trials? Okay. Now first of all I would like to tell you this Bernoulli's trials are also known as the binomial distribution. So in the binomial or Bernoulli's distribution, these what are the trials? Do you know? So the trials are all independent. Each trials have only two success, which is two possible outcome, which is success and failure, and probability of success for each trial is same. So looking at these, you can identify that all 1, 2 and 3, all 3 points are nothing but the assumptions on the Bernoulli's trials. Okay, so which is the correct option? If you look at this is also correct, this is also correct, this is also correct, but as you know there are only one choice that you have to pick up. So all the three are nothing but the Bernoulli's trials. So we can click on this one, that is all of these, this option is correct. Okay, now going back to the next question, how many parameters are there in the binomial distribution? So if you remember, in the binomial distribution what we have number of trials, which we denoted by n. Next thing is probability of success, which we denoted by P, and we have probability of failure, which we denoted by Q, right? Probability of failure. Now looking at this, you might come to know that there are three parameters, but let me tell you, there are not three parameters, there are only two parameters. Why? Because this is one parameter. Once you know the probability of success, you can find the probability of failure Q like 1 minus P. Okay, so as Q depends on P, there is no need of this to be considered this Q to be parameter. So how many parameters are there? 1 and 2. So which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is option B, right? Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says the probability of exactly x successes in n trials is. Now if you remember the probability function, the probability of success is given by probability function in the binomial distribution, and we denote it by f of x, or sometimes we write it as probability of x is equal to x successes. And what is it? This is nothing but ncx p to the power x q to the power n minus x. So these problems that we are taking here are purely based on theory. Okay, there are no calculations are there. So these problems can be done in a single minute or sometimes less than a minute. Okay, so which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is ncx p power x q power n minus x. Okay, don't get confused in this xen, because as you can see all the options will look like same. Okay, here this both the options are same, there is a minute difference of plus and minus. Okay, so whenever you are dealing with the problems like this, you must keep things in mind and be precise in what you are reading or what you are doing. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, if n is independent trials constitute one experiment and this experiment be repeated 40 times, then the frequency of R successes is. As you know that for a probability of X successes is given by this. Now this question, in this question only it is written probability of R successes. Okay, so what would be the probability of R successes? X is equal to R would be P to the power NCR, P to the power R, Q to the power N minus R. Okay, this is nothing but the probability for this. But as you can see, there are n independent trials which constitute one experiment, and if this, suppose this experiment is repeated by n number of times, so what we do, we find its probability by multiplying by this number. Okay, so what is probability of R successes when the experiment is repeated n times? So this is n into the probability function in the binomial distribution. Now here, instead of this n, we have a particular number there which says this experiment is repeated 40 times. So what you need to do is, you need to write down this NCR, P to the power R Q minus R, and multiply this by 40. Okay, so just need to remember one thing. If n trials constitute one experiment, and if that experiment is repeated any number of times, say 100 times or 40 times, so if it is repeated 40 times, just multiply it by 40. That's it. Very simple. Okay, so the correct option is option number C. Now let's see the next question. The next question asks for the mean and variance in the binomial distribution. So as you can see, this problem is based on the properties of binomial distribution. And as it is, what are the terminologies involved here? Mean and variance. Okay, so you must know, because these examples can be tackled with the help of theory part only. Here, properties of binomial distribution. So what is property of binomial distribution? Here in explanation, we know that mu is equal to NP is mean. Mean in binomial distribution, mu is equal to NP, is it? And what is variance? Variance we denote it by sigma square. And what is the sigma square variance? This is nothing but NPQ, right? So now you look for this thing. Is there NP given? Is there NPQ given? No. NP is given, but NPQ is not given. So sometimes some tricky questions are there. With the help of the results, you can easily get it. Like here, mu is equal to NP. So my answer would be either this. Okay. So there is nothing, NP is there. So I can certainly say that this is the correct answer because this is mean. Okay. But as you can see, there is another option, none. Okay, so we cannot go for first option for the time being. Now mu is equal to NP is correct. Now what is variance? Variance is sigma square is equal to NPQ. And what is this NP? This NP is nothing but mean mu. So we can write it as mu Q. So what is mean? Mean is NP, and what is variance? Mu Q. Now you look for this thing. So NP, mu Q. So now I can confidently click on option A. So mean and variance in the binomial distribution is NP and mu Q. Is this okay? Now let's move on to the next problem. So next question says, binomial distribution is applicable for which random variable? Okay, this is a very trivial, very simple question. Okay, as you know that in the binomial distribution we have random variable x, and when we start the definition, when we start learning this binomial distribution with the definition, so we state like, let x be a discrete random variable. So binomial distribution is for the discrete data. Okay, it is not for the continuous one. So always remember that binomial distribution is applicable for only discrete. So here option B is correct. Okay, so we have taken till now 6 questions. Now let's take some more questions. Now let's see the next question, that is question number 7. So what this question number 7 says, the moment generating function, which we generally called it as MGF, is q plus p e to the power t whole power n, then which of the following is the characteristic function? This is a very tricky question, I must say, because you know, if you know the MGF, what you need to do, you just need to put P is equal to I omega, right? So if you have these MGF is equal to, what is it? It is given to you Q plus e to the power t whole power n, and if MGF is given to you, and if you are looking for the characteristic function, just put T is equal to I omega. The moment you put T is equal to I omega, what you will be getting? Q plus P e to the power I omega whole power n. So where is that? Okay, so whole power n is in the first and second. Okay, so you have to put T is equal to I omega. So Q plus P e to the power I omega whole power n. So which one is the correct answer? Option B is the correct answer. Okay, so are you all getting it? Because these questions can be solved within a minute, in 30 seconds sometimes in 5 seconds. Now can we move ahead to the next problem? Yes. So if number of trial is 10, so let me write number of trial is 10, n is equal to 10, and probability of failure is 0.5, that is Q. N is 10, Q is 0.5. Then the value of mean is, just now we have seen that mean mu is equal to NP. Okay, but we don't have the value of P. But what is P? We have sum of the probabilities equal to 1, and in the binomial distribution, as you know, only possible outcomes are success and failure. So probability of success plus probability of failure is 1, right? So with the help of this we can find out P. What is P? 1 minus Q. So instead of this I can write it as n into 1 minus Q. Okay, so now you can substitute the values. 10 into 1 minus 0.5. So 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5 into 10. 0.5 into 10 is nothing but 5. So where it is? Yeah. So which one is the correct option? Option A is correct, right? Now let's move on to this question number 9. So what this question number 9 says, coefficient of skewness is given by. So this is a very straightforward question which is based on properties of binomial distribution, and we know that coefficient of skewness is what? Coefficient of skewness is Q minus P upon under root NPQ, is it? But can you see such type of answers in the option? Yes, we have only the one term, Q minus P is there in first and last, but there is no NPQ there. But if you remember, in the binomial distribution, mean mu is equal to NP, variance sigma square is equal to NPQ, okay, and standard deviation sigma is equal to under root NPQ, okay. So what is this under root NPQ? Instead of under root NPQ, we are given sigma. So which one is the correct option? Option A or option D? So looking at this, you can certainly write like my sigma is nothing but under root of NPQ. You can substitute here. So what you would be getting? You would be getting coefficient of skewness as Q minus P by sigma. So the correct option is option A again. Okay. Now let's see the last question of this video. So this question says, in binomial distribution, if variance is 4 and mean is 8, then probability of success is. So you need to understand the question first. What is variance? Variance is 4, and just we have seen variance is nothing but NPQ. So here we are given NPQ is equal to 4. Okay. Mean is 8. Mean is 8 means mean is mu is equal to NP. So NP is equal to 8. Okay. What I have to find out? I have to find out the probability of success. Okay. So let us solve these two first. So what I can do is putting the value of this NP as 8, so I would be getting 8Q is equal to 4. This implies Q is equal to 0.5, right? 4 by 8, 1 by 2 is 0.5. And now, after getting this Q, we will make use of sum of all the probabilities equal to 1. So Q is 0.5. So P is equal to 1 minus Q, that is also 0.5. So which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is option A. Okay. Now you may be wondering, like in so many questions there are option A is correct. So don't put option A all the time as your correct option. Sometimes it happens, like in all the problems you may be having A option to be correct, sometimes maybe something else. Okay, so this is what we have in this learning video. So I hope you might have enjoyed this transition from regular teaching to something new like MCQs, how to deal with MCQs, and such more problems we will be taking in the upcoming learning videos also. So thank you for watching and enjoy learning. Thank you.